Reports from inside the club paint a scene of urgent calculation. With 5 days remaining in the transfer window, Barcelona find themselves in a race against bureaucracy to register Roony Bardghji as a first-team player. And everything that follows depends on whether a handful of linked moves can be completed in time. Bardghji arrived with expectation and momentum. He has been training with Hansi Flick and has shown flashes that excite coaches and fans alike. But in modern football, a young talent's progress is as much about paperwork and timing as it is about ability. Sources suggest the club is trying to thread a needle. Freeing a squad slot might require an exit here, a loan there, a carefully timed termination, and one wrong turn could leave Bardghji training, but not eligible to play, a situation clubs and governing bodies take seriously. At stake is more than a single debut. It is the way Flick will shape his right-side options this season, the club's long-term development plan for promising youngsters, and the optics of how Barcelona manage talent under deadline pressure. Inside conversations reportedly revolve around a chain reaction. If a senior contract is terminated, that could open a slot to register a different name. A goalkeeper loan could shift places on the list. A decision on Hector Fort's pathway, whether to keep him, loan him, or register him, ripples across the entire roster. Deco and the board are said to be coordinating contingency plans, weighing the risk of registering Bardghji with the reserves and letting him train with the first team against the regulatory danger of leaving him inactive for Barça Athletic and inviting scrutiny from La Liga. Flick, who prefers coaches to have clarity about the players they can use, is understood to have already identified short-term alternatives to cover the right wing if Bardghji cannot be registered. Internal options who have trained with the senior group, and promising youngsters who could be promoted or moved temporarily. Each alternative carries its own consequences, integrating a homegrown player into a first-team role prematurely, sending a developing talent out on loan where minutes are guaranteed but adaptation is unproven, or reshuffling senior players into unfamiliar positions to fill gaps. Behind the scenes, the calculus blends sporting urgency and regulatory caution. Failing to register a player properly can bring formal questions from the league and political heat at a club still navigating financial and roster constraints. Succeeding means giving Flick the tactical flexibility he needs to balance Champions League aspirations with domestic competition. For fans, the drama is immediate and human. A teenage prospect who has trained among stars and now waits to learn whether paperwork will let him step onto the pitch, coaches who must adapt plans in real time, and executives racing to clear hurdles before the clock stops. The outcome could also send signals about Barcelona's broader transfer strategy, whether the club is nimble enough to protect its youth investments, how aggressively Deco will manage the final hours, and how Flick will respond if forced into Plan B. In those final 120 hours, every phone call matters, every agreement and signature becomes part of the story, and supporters will be watching transfers pages and official announcements more closely than ever. Whether Bardghji is registered or not, the unfolding sequence reveals a truth about modern football. Talent is necessary but not sufficient. Timing and administrative precision are equally decisive. As the deadline approaches, the club must balance risk and reward, choose short-term fixes that preserve tactical cohesion, or take a gamble that could either unleash a new attacking spark or create a disruption the side can ill afford. 4. Keep your eyes on the countdown, because in 5 days this could be the defining decision of Barcelona's summer. One young player's registration, one manager's plan, and one club's ability to turn last-minute pressure into long-term advantage. The next update could change everything for Bardghji and for Barcelona's season.